good news from the home front. Popular radio programmes with music and light entertainment now brighten British homes. And with theatres now open again and lively sporting events, spirits are lifted.
At the start of the war in 1939, everyone was really serious, and a whole ton of rules and regulations were put in place to stop us having fun, even when things weren't actually very different in everyday life. So it's all a bit strange that now, as things are getting tougher, rules are actually being relaxed and people are finding more and more ways to enjoy themselves. Maybe they know there's only so much doom and gloom a person can take. There's a great radio programme on Thursday nights on the Home Service. It's called Is That Man Again? It stars a comedian called Tommy Handley, and it has loads of silly sketches. It helps take our mind off all of the serious things that are going on.
Well, I'm off out for an air raid drill, although it could just be me talking to myself. We can't seem to get any volunteers on Thursday evenings with that blasted show on. There is a war on, you know.
But it's so funny. Better than the dreary old music and endless news about how dreadful everything is.
And that old rogue Lord Haw Haw infiltrating the airwaves and telling us how wonderful Germany is and how we shouldn't trust our politicians. He keeps on trying, but I think most folk are onto him and is like, they'd rather listen to that daft show of yours.
Come on, you have to enjoy yourself somehow. I think it's good they've stopped being so po-faced.
Language! Well, at least you'll be enjoying yourself plenty tomorrow, taking Mother to the concert at the National Gallery. It'll be a nice afternoon out.
National Gallery? Last time we came I was in short trousers. There were amazing paintings on every wall, some the size of a bus. It was ever so interesting to be in front of them in real life, rather than seeing them in books. But let's just say it's not just my trousers that have changed. It was very different to how I remember it. Where are all the pictures? There's just gaping, fading spaces on the walls.
Well, paintings aren't known to stand up to bombs, so they're having a lovely holiday in a Welsh bunker. Still, it's jolly that they're putting on concerts instead, and only a shilling. Thanks for coming, dear.
Is it all right if I meet Peter at the Empire later?
Of course. I know the Empire's more your kind of picture house. I'll be taking tea with Elsie in Lion's Corner House. We can get the bus back together afterwards. Mwah!
Mom!
Do you know, so long as they keep showing pictures at the cinema, I can forget about the blasted war.
Agreed. I've definitely seen more pictures since it started. Do you remember when they set air raid sirens off during the crazy gang flick? We hardly blinked.
That was brilliant. We couldn't leave until all clear, so they showed us film after film. Got our money's worth then, didn't we? Anyway, pictures starting. That was great.
Wasn't it? It's nice to be able to do things.
I wish they'd allow football matches again.
I thought football was back on.
Meh. They're letting teams play on Sundays a bit more than they did, but so many lads are away fighting. Then there's all the rules about travelling, and the pitches look more like swamps. They were even asking the crowd for volunteers last time I went because half the players couldn't make it.
Did you put your hat in the ring?
Are you joking? Never mind 2 left feet. I seem to have a dozen when I get on the pitch. I'll stick to watching, when I can.
I know Father's itching to get back to watching cricket at the Oval, but the army still parks on it and no sign of going anytime soon. Anyway, there's Mother. Be seeing you.
After you, Claude.
No, after you, Cecil. That's one of the catchphrases from the radio show. Well, you've got to laugh, haven't you? We weren't the only ones mad for the pictures. They say audiences went up by 12 million during the war. Some went just for the Pathé news clips that were also played. It meant we could actually see the war in action with our own eyes and hear news from every corner of the world. Or that's what it felt like. They also had the latest advice from the government, how to waste less and help more. Art galleries and museums did their best to give people something to enjoy, with a picture of the month and the like. We were desperate for things to distract us from the way everything was changing, and from thinking about what might happen next.
Next time. The Blitzkids have been aware of a buzz about the preparations for D-Day, but it's all hush-hush. No one wants the Germans to know.
Blitzkids, an inspiring audio production for fun kids. Created with support from the National Lottery Heritage Fund. Find out more at funkidslive.com/blitz.